Alright, this is your boy Life with Darius, aka Dre the Martian, and we are back. We're back today, man, with number 3 from the Beatles, man. We're here today with A Hard Day's Night, man. I'm ready to get into it, y'all. Before I get into the album, I do just want to address something real quick, man, and I want to have a little personal moment with y'all real quick, a real personal moment, man. Now, this Hard Day's Night reaction was supposed to be out about 2 or 3 days ago, y'all. Like, I definitely said that at the end of the With the Beatles video, that the Hard Day's Night video would be out very soon, and it wasn't. Right. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, man. I have been learning a lot these last couple of weeks about distractions, right? And how distractions can really throw you off your pivot. Right. When I say distractions, man, like people always tell you about don't let motherfuckers distract you, throw you off your course and all that. And it never really clicked to me, y'all. I'm just going to be honest. And it never really clicked to me because, hey, if I'm going to work, my 9 to 5 and things of that nature, bro, nothing's going to stop me from going to work. Right, it don't matter how distracted I am, this, that, or the other, bro. I'm gonna have to clock in every day or I'm gonna be fired, right? So I never understood in that sense, but I will say that after my channels kind of grew a little bit over the last month, like I've gained a lot more attention, a lot more of a fan base, whatever you want to call it, and things of that nature. I'm starting to see how distractions can affect you a lot. Because the difference between YouTube and work is with work, I have to go every day. If I don't go to work, nigga, I'm not going to have a job. That's just what it is, right? When it comes to YouTube, man, it's just very easy to let distractions stop you from recording, right? Like, y'all see the type of mood I be in my videos, right? It's a very upbeat, positive, happy mood, but I'm not always like that, right? It's just all about cutting out the distractions, man. Everybody got their own distractions, whether it be financially, friends, family, relationships. It just happens that mine is relationship-wise, right? And it's going to get better. Right, I'm here now to be consistent, man. No more 3 or 4 day breaks. Obviously, I still have to live my real life, y'all, but this is what I want to do. Point blank, period. This is what I want to do. And to kind of help that process a little bit, I've made a schedule. Right, I made a schedule for the next couple of days. I'm going to put it up here somewhere. It's going to be in the community notes as well if you want to comment and discuss the schedule with me, you know, get some input and things of that nature. But I just had an epiphany yesterday that, man, I was letting too many things throw me off course, bro. And that's just not what I want to do, bro. This is what I want to do. Right, I have fun doing this. This is probably the most enjoyable times of my day is sitting down in front of this screen and listening to great music, y'all. And so we're going to keep it going, right? It's going to be a little more consistent, but I just had to have a little personal moment with y'all, man. Just forget Life of Darius. Y'all just had to talk to Darius real quick. With all that being said, it's time to get to the album. The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. Let's get to it. I will say that with the Beatles, compared to Please Please Me, after having a couple more days to sit with these projects, I do genuinely think Please Please Me is just a better album, y'all. Right? I think the live feel, the spontaneous, like this was a 10-hour session, y'all told me. The spontaneous feel of this album just adds something to it, man. And there are just so many great, like secretly great tracks on here, right? Like, I don't understand how Beatles fans don't talk about songs like There's a Place more. You know what I'm saying? Songs like Please Please Me. Songs like, and I don't know why these don't get talked about more, especially There's a Place. That is an amazing song. And then when it comes to With the Beatles, right, I understand the power of With the Beatles. Right, I understand what this album did for the Beatles. It took the Beatles from a talented band of dudes out of Liverpool to the biggest shit on earth, right? Let's just be honest. That's what this did for them. This started Beatlemania. And listening to the album, I can definitely hear how this was just so appealing to anybody. Like this album, I feel like anybody could listen to this album and enjoy it and take something from it. Young, old, middle-aged, whatever. This is just an album for everybody, and I can respect that about it, but I can also say, out of all the Beatles albums I've heard so far, this might be my least favorite, y'all. Like, let's just be honest. And by least favorite, I don't mean trash, because I feel like least favorite for the Beatles, your least favorite for the Beatles is still going to be good, right? But this album, outside of You Really Got a Hold on Me and Mr. Postman, I'm not taking nothing else with me out of this album, y'all. And obviously, I got to give more time with it. This is the album I've listened to the least. Like, I've even listened to Please Please Me more than this album. So, it's going to take some time, right? Hopefully, Hard Day's Night, this next upcoming album, give me a little more perspective on what the Beatles had going on. Right, but that's enough talking, man. Enough yapping. Let's get into what we're here for. All right, we're here today with A Hard Day's Night, the Beatles' third album, their first album in 1964, and I got some good news from y'all in the comments, man. Y'all let me know that this is their first 100% original album, no covers, man. And I'm ready for that, y'all. Let's get to it, man. I like some of the covers on the first 2 albums, but this is better, right? We rather have Beatles than Beatles trying to be somebody else. Beatles and blues and things of that nature, right? We're going to see how they followed that up today, man. We got Hard Day's Night. We got track number 1, which is the title track. A Hard Day's Night, y'all. That's enough talking out of me. Let's get into it. Oh, by the way, I already know this song, y'all. A little bit.
Been a hard day's night.
Yep. John starting us off again.
Will make me feel alright.
Talk to me, John.
Yet when I'm home
Hold on.
Feeling you holding me tight, tight, yeah. It's the days night,
Okay.
and I've been
I thought I knew this song. I don't know it that well. Okay. Let's go, John. What is this? Ugh. Ooh. 7 seconds of that is crazy, John Lennon. You can't tease us like that, man. But great intro. It seems like I've been saying this for all the first 3 albums, man. Great intro right there from John Lennon, man. We like when John bats lead on the albums, man. But offer, I think I can finally say this album lyrically, things are different, right? Because on the last album, I was saying they were changing shit lyrically, and most of those songs were covers, still, right? But on this one, I like how John talking, man, on this one, man. Like, hey, it's been a hard day's night. I've been working like a dog. I should be sleeping like a log. When I get home to you, the things that you do make me feel all right. Like, beautiful song right here from John. Yeah, great relatable track lyrically, sonically, it was amazing. I heard Ringo going crazy with the bongos. I think y'all told me that John is normally playing the rhythm guitar and things of that nature, or was that George? Yeah, fuck. It's one of those two, right? Anyway, man, great song. Another great way to start the album. Y'all are telling me this is one of the best of the early Beatles albums, right? So I'm expecting 13 tracks of fire, right? That's just what I'm gonna say right now. But anyway, on to track number 2. If y'all can tell, my brain is definitely a little scrambled, but we getting through it, man. Track number 2. I should have known better, man. Let's go. Let's go. Harmonica season.
I should have known better. I never realized
Damn, John.
a kiss could be that when I tell you that I love you. You're gonna
Talk to me, John.
say I should
Yo.
have realized a lot of things before.
That's a lot of John.
It's the
Talk to me, John. Bro. Okay. Okay, a nice little back-to-back whoop right there from John Lennon, man. Solid track, I'll say. Solid track. All right, so that was track number 2, I Should Have Known Better. And, man, I'm so mad about my With the Beatles review now, y'all. And it's because on that album I was talking so much about the lyrical steps that they made when it wasn't even their lyrics, y'all, right? And it just makes me mad because that's really the take that I had on With the Beatles. And I was only 2 tracks in, but that should be the take that I have for this album, bro. John, right? This song is just easily relatable, bro. I should have known better. Like, I should have known. I should have known what a girl like you was gonna do to my life. Like, pretty much is what he's saying here, and I can trust me. I can relate. Trust me. And then vocally wise, I feel like John's a lot more confident on this album. Like, he's letting his voice ring on this one. Like, it sounds very powerful. Sounds like classic John. Like, he sounds better right here than on the later albums, right? And maybe that's because the 60s static is giving it that niche. But I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. We're on the track number 3. Right, I can't keep gushing about the John tracks. We gotta get some Paul, some Ringo, some George in there, man. We're on the track number 3. If I fail, let's get to it.
In love with you, would you promise to be true? Understand,
Hold
cause
on.
I've been in love before, and I found that love was more. If I give my heart to you, would love me more than her.
This is John and Paul?
Cause
Hey.
I couldn't stand the pain. And
Talk to me, Paul.
would love to love you, and so I hope you see. I would love to love you, and
Bruh. Okay, hold on, y'all. I wasn't ready for this, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. When I was coming into a hard day's night, especially after that intro, I was expecting a lot of energy coming off of that intro. But, bruh, and these 2 tracks, even without the energy, these 2 tracks after Hard Day's Night, bruh, Jesus. If you watch the reaction to Please, Please Me and With the Beatles, you'll know I enjoyed a lot of the music off those albums. But there were very seldom moments where I just was able to just sit back and listen and feel what they were saying. Because a lot of times it was covers or if there was something they was writing, it just wasn't that good. Like all these last two songs, I should have known better than If I Failed, bro. Like, it's not just the sound, how beautiful their voices are, but I'm just feeling everything they're saying lyrically to a T. I just told y'all about what I'm going through in my personal life, bro. And that's why it was kind of hard for me to get through that one, but not in a bad way, in the best way possible. This is an amazing song. I think he said, if I trust in you, don't run and hide, don't hurt my pride, bro. And, like, I hate that I relate to John Lennon so much, man, but I just do, y'all. I just do. Like, I understand where he's coming from all the time, bro. Like, we all go through the relationship woes, man. We all ain't perfect. The people we be with ain't perfect. We just all trying to figure it out, man. Beautiful song by John right there. He didn't have the first three. There's only 10 tracks left. John had the first three, man. What the rest of it? Where Ringo? George? The Macca? Anyway, man, on the track number 4, man, that was a beautiful track. Hopefully this next one give me a little more energy, man. I'm not trying to cry on a hard day's night, y'all. On the track number 4, I'm Just Happy to Dance With You. Sounds like a more energetic track. Let's get to it, y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
I think I love you too.
Hold on, George.
So I don't want to kiss or hold your hand. If it's funny trying up just to dance with you. Do you think I need before this dance is through? I think I love you too. And just to dance with you is everything.
Okay, that was a good track for Mr. George Harrison right there. I'll say that, right? First impressions. That was track number 4, I'm Happy Just to Dance With You. And I think that's the first George Harrison appearance on this album vocally. And the song was cool, right? I'll say that. Right, George sounds good. The harmonies in the background. Like somebody said in the comments that the Beatles, it feels like a lot of these old songs were kind of cheating with the harmonies in the background. These songs probably wouldn't have been that good, and I wouldn't go that far. But I get what you're saying, bro. Like the Beatles had a cheat code nobody else had, bro. When it comes to this song, I don't know. This feels like this song could have been on with the Beatles or Please Please Me, and it probably would have fit just perfectly on those albums, right? That's kind of what I'm getting about this song. It feels like a regression on this song, and obviously George was still kind of getting his feet wet and things of that nature, but. I'll say 4 for 4, but a light 4 for 4. The first 3 were much better than that track, but I'm not going to discount that track at all. I probably got to get a couple more listens. It's definitely 1 minute 56 seconds. Like, come on, George. But anyway, decent. We're on to track number 5, and I love her. Okay, hopefully we get some Paul Macca. Man, it's been 5 tracks. Come through, Macca. Oh, this sound like Macca right here. If this ain't Paul, I'll do a $50 giveaway. Why Paul like these type of songs?
I love lights that shine.
Yep.
Dark.
Paul got some love for the Spanish music. He had to. Paul got love for Spanish music. Huh. Yeah. Okay. We finally got our first Mr. Macca appearance on this album, and he did his job right there. He did his job. Great song right there from Paul. I know y'all used to me like stank facing the whole time, like ooh grunts and jumping out my seat and all that, and that's cool when the album dictates that, but this isn't. For so far from the first 5 tracks, this is not that type of album, and I actually think that's very cool because this is the Beatles' first album as full-time writers, right? And you can tell that that's what they're trying to do. They're not trying to create these explosive, heavy soundscapes and all that, bro. They're trying to create beautiful, heartfelt, incredibly written music, and they're doing a great job of that so far. Well, I just had to explain because I don't want anybody to watch this reaction and think that I'm not enjoying this album because I'm not reacting how I normally react, bro. This is a different type of music. Like this has been very chill so far, y'all, and I'm actually liking it, bro. I feel like this is different than the last 2 albums. I didn't want another album like Please Please Me with the Beatles, bro. I'm enjoying this so far, right? We're moving on though. We're on to track number 6, Tell Me Why. I hope they do turn up a little bit at some point. Like, I do want a little hard rocker at some point. I ain't gonna say I don't want that, but anyway, on the track number 6, Tell Me Why. Let's keep it going.
Tell me why.
Oh shit.
Why you lied to me. I gave you everything I had, but you left me sitting on my own. Tell me why. Tell me why you cried.
How many Beatles are singing right now?
Something that I said or done.
Yeah?
Tell me if you don't, I really can't go on.
Talk to me.
Only why you cried. And
There we go. Yo, it's a lot happening. There we go. Jesus Christ. John, Paul, everybody. I'm just going to give everybody credit for that one, bro. Oh, my God. That was track number 6, Tell Me Why. That was a very much needed quick burst of energy right there. That song was that shit felt like 30 seconds. Like, I felt like I was listening to this song for like 30 seconds. The song gives me a lot of There's a Place vibes with like how they just kind of build up the harmonies to just like this overwhelming, like it sounds like they're screaming at you. It's like the most beautiful screams and welches and belches I've ever heard in my life, bro. I don't know if I put this song over any other song besides I'm Just Happy to Dance With You. I feel like A Hard Day's Night, Should Have Known Better, If I Fail, and those are all great songs. But this is the one that really got me turned, y'all. A Hard Day's Night and Tell Me Why. These are the ones that got me turned so far, bro. A little bit more of this to the rest of the album, the Beatles, right? We love when y'all getting y'all pen and writing bag, man. But this, like, couldn't nobody do this, bro. It's a cheat code. Why do they sound like that, bro? But anyway. On to track number 7, man. Can't Buy Me Love. Let's get to it, y'all. I want a Ringo joint, bro. I feel like Ringo will body this album right here, man. But anyway, on to track number 7. Let's go. Hey. Facts. I might not have much to give. Whatever I have, I'll give it to you, man. Paul is spitting on this one. I could tell this song was probably made as a reaction to their newfound fame, but just by how he's talking about lyrically, like Money Can't Buy Me Love, you could tell this was written like this is just a response to everything going on, and I love that, bro. It's gonna keep the song going, but just I don't know that lyric lyric means a lot to me. I just had to pause right there because, bruh. Anyway, talk to me, Paul. No. Say you don't need no talk to me, Paul. And I'll be satisfied. Yeah. Paul got the best screams. I get after Paul. He got the best screams. Cause Jesus. No. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful from Paul right there. We ain't been getting that much Paul on this album, man. But what he has given us has been great, man. I can't complain. Great track right there from Mr. Macca. Yeah, like I said, I feel like this song is like kind of a reaction to the Beatles' newfound fame after With the Beatles, right? Can't Buy Me Love. Like, yo, I know I've made a lot of money, y'all, in 1963, but it ain't doing much for me, man. I don't care about this money, man. I just want happiness. I just want love. And isn't that just like the Beatles personified, this song? Like, that's kind of what the Beatles are. So that makes the song 10 times better for me. And one more thing I want to say is I know the Beatles wouldn't have been the Beatles. They couldn't have been the Beatles without John Lennon, right? It wouldn't have happened, right? But Paul adds so much balance to these albums, bro. Like I thought Paul just started doing like the different type of vibes and sounds on like Abbey Road and the White Album. I thought that was like a new thing. No, he's been doing this. Right, he's been a little different than everybody else. Obviously, they're still love songs in the same vein as each other, but there's just something different about what Paul's doing. Like, John stands out the most, but I think Paul is adding, like, necessary parts to this album. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say about that. But anyway, right, we're on to track number 8, Anytime at All, man. Where's Ringo? I need a Ringo whoop, bro. Like, you can't, I Want to Be Your Man wasn't it. Boys, we need another boys, okay? So hopefully this is the Ringo whoop. Track number 8, Anytime at All. Let's get to it.
Anytime at all. Anytime at all.
Yeah.
Anytime at all.
Chill, Ringo. Whoa, oh my God.
Anytime at all. I'll be there.
Yes, from John. Beautiful song right there. And this song right here perfectly encapsulates what I was saying about John earlier in this reaction, right? I was saying the one difference that I have, obviously besides the writing, obviously this is all original songs, but John just sounds way more confident behind the mic, yo. Like, you can tell, like, the inflections, the gravel he's putting in his voice, like, the extended range he's trying to hit, bro. Like, John is showing his ass on this album. And shit, let's be honest, John has been showing his ass on the first 3 albums, period. But I can kind of tell now, that this was the John Lennon project, right? That's just what it was, right? I kind of had the misconception that Paul was a lot more involved in the song creation early on. I'm sure he was, right? Him and John were the only two writers, so I'm sure he was writing a lot and probably helping John with a lot of these songs. But the energy, this is just a lot of John Lennon, these first 3 albums, and trust me, I'm not complaining, right? I love it, right? You know, after listening to Abbey Road and the White Album, which were really Paul McCartney exhibits, it's great that I get to gush over John Lennon a little bit more on these albums, y'all. But anyway, right, great song, great vocals right there. We haven't really had a fall off since track 4. Track 4 is the only kind of iffy track, and I don't even think that's that bad of a song. Right, but anyway, on to track number 9. I think it's the shortest track on the album. We got I'll Cry Instead. Oh shit, don't get too emotional here, Beatles. Don't get too emotional. Let's get to it.
I got every reason on earth to be mad.
Don't cap.
If I could get my way, I'd get myself locked up today, but I can't, so I cry.
I felt that, John.
I can't talk to people that I meet. I try to make you sad somehow, but I can't, so I cry instead. I'm gonna break their hearts all around the world.
Okay. Yo. Okay, anyway. That was track number 9, I'll Cry Instead. I know what y'all are thinking about my reaction to that song. Y'all probably thinking he didn't like that song at all, but no. My reaction to this song was more so, I was listening because this sounds like a song I write. This sounds like lyrics that I would pen, bro. And hold on 1 second. I have to go look this song up on Genius just to read what he was, because this song just it tripped me out. This sounds like a song that I would write. Bro, let me just see. I got every reason on earth to be mad. I lost the only girl I had. If I could get my way, I'd get myself locked up today. So I can't, but I'll cry instead, man. What? You know how many times I've had to make that choice? I'm bro, I want to do something very out of pocket right now. But then you have to think about, freedom. 3 hots in a cot. Motherfuckers telling you where you can shower, sharing shower. That's just what goes through my mind sometimes to stop me from doing the crazy shit, right? And then this part, I've got a chip on my shoulder that's bigger than my feet. I can't talk to the people that I meet, bruh. For anybody who knows me, right, you see me in these videos, I like to talk. I'm a very articulate dude, right? But when I'm just in public around people, bro, I'm just very anti-people. I'm very anti-social. I don't like people. I don't trust people. And I don't know if it's because of a chip on my shoulder or what, just anxiety or what, but I feel this so much, bro. And then the next bar, if I could see you now, I'd try to make you sad somehow, but I can't, so I'll cry instead. But that's just pettiness. But John just admitted, hey, he's petty. If you saw his ex-girl, he would try to shit on her any way possible. And I understand that because I'm just a petty dude myself, bro. I feel like I wrote this song for John, y'all. I'm sorry. And then this last part, and when I do, you better hide all the girls. I'm going to break their hearts all around the world, break them in two, show them what your loving can do. Every man feels like this after their first heartbreak. And this is stupid, right? When you get your heart broken by one girl, so you say, I'm going to just treat every girl for the rest of my life like shit. That's not the way to go about it. That's really a childish way to think about life. No grown-ass man should think like that. But when we're younger, early 20s, getting in our, that's how we think, bro. And this is just, I'm sorry for taking such a big detour on this song, man. But I just love this song so much lyrically. Even though sonically this might be the least interesting song on the entire album. The tambourines and the harmonicas and shit, But lyrically, bro, this is why we love John. This is why I love John, because I just relate to John so much, bro. John is like the Juice WRLD of the 60s, bro. I know that's not a good comparison for some of y'all, but I promise you that's what he is, bro. Just Jesus Christ. Anyway, though, enough gushing over that song, man. That was a good song, right? It wasn't good enough for that much of an interlude, but on to track number 10, man. Things We Said Today. We're at the home stretch. Let's get to it.
If I have to go,
Yeah.
you'll be thinking of, then I will remember things we said today. Me, I'm just the lucky kind today.
Oh my
Me, I'm
God.
just the lucky kind.
Yeah, hey, okay. That was Things We Said Today. Y'all gonna stop. Bro. That was track number 10, Things We Said Today. I'm fucking up this entire reaction, y'all. I hope y'all still enjoy it, but that was track number 10. Things We Said Today, that was a great song by Paul right there. It's just, this isn't like Please Please Me or With the Beat. This is, I'm not gonna say there's less energy, because there's a lot of energy to these songs. I've never heard a Beatles song without a lot of energy, right? Like the way I'm looking at this, there's a lot. I feel like I'm listening to like 10 or 13 You Got a Hold on Me, y'all. Like, and that's not a bad thing at all. Like, the first album was them just, hey, recording, bro. Y'all got 10 hours, y'all got y'all equipment, man. Make an album, see how good it is, right? The second album, like, okay, now we know y'all are some talented dudes. Y'all can make some good tunes, man. Let's try to take it to the next level with this album, right? This third album feels like they're almost not taking a step back, right? Because I know they were still very entrenched in Beatlemania at this time, but I'm liking it so far. I'll just say that, man. I'm like in a different type of way than I've probably liked any other Beatles album, right? This is like the complete opposite of Please Please Me, but I think it was very necessary. I'll just say that. We'll get more into the review of the album at the end, right? But I just like giving my little 2 cents after each track, man, because I have epiphanies after songs, y'all. But anyway, on to track number 11. Almost done, y'all. On to track number 11. When I Get Home, man, talk to me, man. Ringo, where the fuck is Ringo? Where? What are these songs got to be Ringo, y'all? So anyway, track number 11. When I Get Home. Let's get to it. Whoa, whoa. God damn. On my way, 'cause I'm gonna see my baby today. One more. I got a whole lot of places tonight. See? Like, bruh. Okay. This is like the 5th straight song I let that happen, bro. This one, I'm sorry, y'all, but anyway, man, this is clearly John Lennon's album, right? And not even in the sense like the last 2 albums were also clearly John Lennon albums, but like I feel like there are only like 3 or 4 non-John Lennon songs on here. This is a John Lennon album. Like, what the fuck? And when it comes to that song, man, I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's more of the same, bro. John, he sounds better. Like every album, Please Please Me, I barely could even tell which one was John. With the Beatles, I could clearly tell who John was. I'm like, okay, he sounds amazing. And on this one, it's just, yes, is what I'll say, yes. The way John was stretching his vocals on that track, the way the instrumental just builds, man, this track was worth the price of admission, worth the little 2 minutes and 17 seconds I spent with it, man. But I don't know if this is the weakest John song on here. It might be, but that's not a bad thing, because all these songs from John on here have been amazing, but this would probably be towards the bottom for me. Right, I gotta listen to this album a little bit more. I'm definitely listening. I haven't listened to Please Please Me with the Beatles much. I have to sit with this one, bro, because you have to listen to this album, right? You have to listen to this album. But anyway, y'all, on to track number 12, right? You can't do that. I don't. What y'all talking about right here, Beatles? I have no idea, but we gonna find out. Let's get to it. George! What that mean? What the fuck that mean? That's a little cowbell. George be sweet. Talk to me. Okay, George. Did George write this one, y'all? Before I give him too much credit, man, y'all told me George didn't write no songs on the albums. So then when I said he didn't write the song on the last album, Don't Bother Me, then y'all said he did write it. Right? I can't listen to y'all Beatles fans sometimes. Some of y'all be lying. No, in all seriousness, though, you can't do that. Was a great song from George. I like that way more than I'm Just Happy to Dance With You. And if we're just going by all the George songs off these first 3 albums, right, it would definitely be Don't Bother Me, I Want to Tell You a Secret, and then this song as the top 3. I don't know what order I'll put them in yet, but right now this is sounding like the best George joint so far, right? The little cowbells, George vocally, even he sounded more confident vocally on this album. That's another thing I didn't put. Like, George sounds more confident on this album. Paul sounds more confident. Ringo, I don't know what Ringo is, y'all. So I guess Ringo got the outro on this album, but I'm sure he sounds more confident too, right? And that's the beauty of this album. And I'm glad we got to get a George joint right there so we could see it all come together. But I didn't just want all Paul and John on here making good whoops. I needed a good George track. Right, I just needed that, and that we got exactly that right there. Good song from George right there. We're on to the final track. This is only 13 tracks on this album. It's not a 14-track whoop like normally. Track number 13, the final track, I'll Be Back, man. And I will be back, y'all. We'll be back with Beatles for Sale very expeditiously. But anyway, track 13, I'll Be Back, man. Let's get to it. Take me on.
No, if you break my heart, I'll go. I love you so.
Hey.
You could find better things. I thought that you would, that if I ran away from you, that you would want me to. That I got a big surprise to break my heart again.
Facts.
I wanna go, but I hate to leave you.
Okay, that was track number 13, I'll Be Back. And was that John? George? I think that was all the Beatles, bro. I'm just going to give everybody credit for that one, man. I think I heard a little more John Lennon than everybody else, but I think there was multiple vocals on that track right there, man. Beautiful outro, a lot different than the outro on the last two albums. They normally start the album with energy and end the album with energy. But on this one, it was a little different, man. I like that. This album, I'm glad they didn't try to retread the first two albums. Let me just say that right now. All right, so that was the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night, man. And this was definitely the most challenging listen out of the first three Beatles albums because I felt like Please Please Me and With the Beatles were a lot more straightforward. Right, if that makes any sense, right? This album, I have to listen to this album more, y'all. There was just genuinely moments where I caught myself in the first listen. I was missing, I was listening, but I was missing stuff. I was kind of forgetting things of that nature. And that's why a first listen is just, it's fun, right? It's fun for YouTube. It's fun for the reactions and things of that nature. But it's not the best to really genuinely review an album, right? I'm going to give y'all my favorites off of this album, but I'm not going to actually give y'all my real opinion on this one until we get to the Beatles for Sale reaction. I'll tell y'all more about how I feel about this album at the beginning of that album's video, if that makes sense, y'all. Right, because even picking favorites off of here, it's hard to pick favorites because besides A Hard Day's Night, If I Fail, Tell Me Why, maybe When I Get, a lot of these just didn't stand out crazy to me, and not in a bad way where they were all bad, but they just kind of blended together. This album just blends together more than any other Beatle album because it's a lot more of the same pace throughout the album. They're not throwing different styles, they're not throwing a blues jam right here, a country jam right. No, this is just straight Beatles, and this is the first time doing it, and I just gotta listen to this more, y'all. I do. Right, but A Hard Day's Night, I Should Have Known Better, If I Fail, Tell Me Why, Can't Buy Me Love, Anytime at All, I'll Cry Instead, When I Get Home, and the outro, I really like the outro, even though it's not the type of outro I'm used to from the Beatles, I still enjoyed it. Those will be my top 6 or 7 from this album so far. A Hard Day's Night is, Tell Me Why to me might be better than A Hard Day's Night, but just off Legacy, I understand why this is the song off of this album, right? It has the most energy, the catchiest hook, the hardest guitar licks and all that. So yeah, we'll go with A Hard Day's Night for the best song. But all this is just good right here. All this, outside of track 4, I enjoyed everything I heard on this album, y'all. But with that being said, we're gonna get to Beatles for Sale, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, y'all. I'm not gonna keep lying to y'all. The day after tomorrow, we're gonna get to it. Y'all see the schedule. It's in the community notes. I had it early in the video. It'll let y'all know what I'm dropping on what day on the upcoming week, y'all. But yeah, man, John just showed he's the MVP again, y'all. Paul did his thing, right? George had some moments, but for some, there was no Ringo. Where's Ringo? Y'all told me Ringo got one song every album, y'all. They could have put one more song on this motherfucker for Ringo, y'all. That's fucked up. Right, I guess after I Want to Be Your Man, they was off the Ringo train a little bit, man. But anyway, still a great album, even with the Ringo-lessness of it. I'm just excited to see what they do after this one, man. But with all that being said, I'm going to bid y'all adieu. It's your boy Life of Darius, a.k.a. Dre Star, and I am Jesus Sandals, man. Whew.